Even before the successful completion of the first phase of the PICS project in Ghana, many cowpea farmers and dealers across the nation are already reaping the benefits that comes with using the PICS bag to store their beans. Meet Mrs. Nsiah. Hannah is a farmer who lives at Hianwewu, a farming community near Ejura in the Ejura Secretary Dumasi district of the Ashanti region. Presently, Hannah cultivates about 50 acres of cowpea annually. She also cultivates other crops such as maize, cassava, plantain, and garden eggs. In 2010, she won the district best farmer for the Ejura Secretary Dumasi district. Just like many cowpea farmers, the main challenge that has always faced Madam Hannah in her cowpea farming has been the lack of an effective method for storing her cowpea produce.
As I say,
I am a successful farmer. I cultivate cowpea and other crops, such as maize and garden eggs. I also help young and upcoming farmers who are interested in cultivating cowpea by giving them capital to start, and after they have harvested their produce, they give me some of their beans in return. I also buy some grains to store and sell later on when the price goes up. However, the main challenge I have always faced in the business is the menace of weevils attacking and spoiling my beans whenever they are in store. I remember one instance where weevils attacked and destroyed all the cowpea I had stored. That year, I ran into a serious loss because instead of selling one bag for 10 Ghana cedis, which was the normal price, I could only sell one bag for 5 Ghana cedis. Because of this loss, I was able to cultivate only 2 acres of cowpea that year out of the 50 acres, which I usually cultivate every year.
25 acres and 50 acres now we could do 2 acres.
It was therefore welcoming news to Madam Hannah and several other farmers when she was informed about the introduction of the PICS bag.
It was from this incident that my Agric Extension Officer called to inform me about the introduction of a new bag. I was skeptical about it in the beginning, but when he told me it came from World Vision, I was relieved because I am aware of the help World Vision has been offering to women and children in deprived communities. He and some people from World Vision later came to my community with a PICS bag. They asked me and other farmers in my community to bring our cowpea so they will show us how to use the bag. Then they demonstrated to us how to test the bag and how to fill it and tie it properly. They also showed us how to store it safely for at least 4 months. After the 4th month, I could barely wait for them to come and open the bag. I was curious to find out what had happened to the beans, so I opened the bag myself and poured out the beans. To my amazement, the beans looked and smelled fresh, as if they had just been brought from the farm. I therefore decided to buy more of the PICS bags to store the rest of my beans. Initially, I bought 30 pieces and later added 20 more.
According to Hannah, the PICS bag has been a blessing to her since she started using it to store her cowpea.
Since I started using the bags to store my beans, weevils have not been able to attack my beans anymore. My only regret is that I had not been introduced to this bag early enough, so I would have avoided all the losses I incurred in the past. At first, because of the acrylic I used to store my beans, there used to be a bad smell around here, and my neighbors used to complain a lot. But now, all that is a thing of the past.
Apart from being a successful farmer, Madam Hannah Nsiah is also a caterer. Presently, she is a caterer in charge of the government school feeding program at the Ejura Methodist Primary School. She and her staff are responsible for the daily feeding of over 600 people of the school.
I am currently in charge of the school feeding program at the Jura Methodist School, where I am responsible for cooking for over 600 pupils of the school. Except for oil, meat and other ingredients, I do not buy foodstuff. I use the produce from my farm, such as cassava, maize, beans, etc. to cook for the children.
According to Hannah, since she started using the PICS bag to store her beans, there has been an improvement in the taste of the food they usually prepare for the children.
Initially, anytime we prepared beans for the children to eat, they usually complained that the beans had a bad smell, hence refused to eat. But ever since I started using the PICS bag to store my beans, both teachers and pupils now enjoy eating beans because they say now the beans smell nice and taste better than they used to.
The beans they were using, they used to smell, but now we don't have that problem again. I think it was due to the way they stored the beans. They use chemicals. Madam Nsiah doesn't use chemicals. She has a special bag. They call it PICS bag. The children have been commending Madam Nsiah for the taste of the beans. It's marvelous. They really like the beans. Both teachers and pupils are all commending her.
However, as a farmer, one fear Hannah entertained when she started using the PICS bag to store her cowpea was whether seed stores in the bag would germinate when sown. To clear her doubt, she decided to put the PICS bags to the test.
I
was also very worried about the viability of the beans at the beginning because of the presence of the polythene in the PICS bag. So I decided to put the beans to the test. I planted 5 grains from the PICS bag and another 5 grains from a different bag in my backyard and watered both. After 3 days, all seeds had germinated to my amazement. So I then proceeded to the farm to do a mass cultivation of the beans, knowing that they were viable. And after 3 days again, all the seeds germinated. I therefore want to encourage all those who are involved in the school feeding program, other cowpea farmers, and people who buy and sell cowpea to use the PICS bags because they are very effective. They keep your beans in good shape, even after long storage. I will be very happy to hear someone else give this good testimony about the PICS bags because they are really good.
From all indication, it is clear that Madam Hannah Nsiah is now more of a complete and a satisfied cowpea farmer than she ever has been all her farming life, thanks to the introduction of the PICS bag into the Ghanaian market. This is why she has joined to help promote the use of the bag to her colleagues all over the country.